I'm Donald Quick with the XYZ Evening News. Tonight we have a special report on the new economic system that went into effect just last week. Our special news correspondent, Shirley McMedia, brings you this report from a local supermarket. Shirley?
Thanks, Don. Behind me, you'll see what looks like a normal line of customers paying for their groceries. But if you look very closely, you'll see that they're paying without money. All the customers have to do is place their hand over the laser scanner. It reads their personal identification number, then subtracts the amount of money they're paying for their groceries from the credit they have in their bank account. We've come down here to get the enthusiastic reactions of some of the first people to receive their credit mark. Ma'am, what do you think of the new cashless credit system?
Oh, goodness, it's wonderful. I don't have to fiddle around in my purse anymore looking for change or write checks. It makes life so simple. Oh, the mark? I mean, it's just totally cool. It's like my own personal number on my body. Nobody can take it. I can't even lose it. Nobody can steal it. It's totally awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad I got the mark. I feel a lot safer now, and I'm glad they made it mandatory. I think it'll make it easier for the law enforcement agencies to keep it. Just a second. To keep track on the criminals, and I think society will be a lot safer.
Yeah, come on, look. See, it's got a... And speaking of criminals, the government has issued a law making it illegal to buy or sell without the new credit mark. It is a criminal offense to refuse to get your own personal identification number. Shirley McMedia, XYZ News at your local supermarket. Back to you, Don.
Thanks, Shirley. You may be wondering, why would anyone want to refuse to get a credit mark anyway? Here's an interview with a religious fanatic who was picked up just this afternoon for failing to have a credit mark. In fact, he was picked up in front of a credit registration center for passing out pamphlets claiming to expose
So I
the
presume
new
you've
world
read
credit
some of the
system
bad press
as a
we
sort
are
of,
getting,
quote,
or heard the news.
satanic
Yes,
conspiracy.
Why did you refuse to take the mark?
Because the Bible warns all Christians not to take the mark. We're to worship the world dictator, which is known as the Antichrist in the Bible.
So do you believe this is worth going to prison or even dying for?
Of course I do. I was arrested for warning other people about taking the mark before it's too late. The Antichrist is going to be destroyed, and Jesus is coming back soon. It also says...
So how about we take a little tour and deal with any miscreants?
Miscreant. Interesting word.
Respected churches in our
What
city.
would you like me to call the assholes the Duggins pay to start
The
fights?
Bible
Whatever you
really
like.
say that it's wrong
Stop them
to
as soon as you
respect,
can.
honor, and worship
And next
our
time,
great
how
world
about not
leader.
letting them in?
My friends,
No.
shall we
I personally
perambulate around the
received the mark
campus?
myself,
Before you
and I've
go,
advised my
anyone
congregation
filled
to
with
do the
champagne?
same. It's mostly just these religious fanatics who freak out about these type of things. But if you would read the Bible, it clearly states in Romans 13, chapter 13, verses 1 through 7, that Christians should submit to the higher powers, as well as 1 Peter 2:17 that tells us to honor the king. So what could possibly be wrong with submitting to and worshiping our great world leader who's restored order to the world after the economic crash? It's just another level that the church is moving on to, and we're very excited about all the good things that the new world order is accomplishing.
blemishes our reputation.
Thank you very
And
much,
we
Pastor.
pride ourselves
Now
on
on to our next
reputation,
news feature.
And it could put us out of business.
Although the economic outlook brightened considerably in the last week, the country has been rocked by a series of unprecedented natural disasters that have left relief and law enforcement agencies struggling to maintain law and order. Tornadoes have been ravaging the Midwest, and California was struck by the third...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we want to find out who put this piece out. The full piece is in band on video, and there it goes. So that's like 26, 27, 28 years old at least. Let's go to Elizabeth in Florida. Thanks for holding. Plenty of time for all the callers. I'm going to listen into Sunday Live next hour. Go ahead, Elizabeth, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. First of all, I'm not sure if you know who I am or not, but I want you to know that I like you and respect you very much without any filters or go-betweens or anything else. But that being said...
Well, I appreciate you. Go ahead.
I did some research, and I want to give this to you. Basically, I know she was talking about the Nuremberg Code and that clip that you played. And the Nuremberg Code, we have opted in sort of by proxy, but it's never been codified as part of our law in the United States. Through the Hippocratic Code, they said, well, doctors should respect all life. Well, the Hippocratic Code has been changed 6 times since then, and it doesn't really say that at all.
Well, that's right. About 20 years ago, they began to get rid of it in most medical schools.
Exactly. So, some people say, well, okay, we're part of UNESCO, but we didn't opt into the world sport, so that's pretty useless as a remedy. And also, I don't know if this fits in anywhere, but Obama signed that executive order approving behavioral experiments on the American public. The American people have been subject to so much experimentation over the course of, at least the last century or more, that something really has to give here. When I get up this morning and I read the New York Times and I see them still counting these vaccines after your sparse, amazing broadcast, amazing, outstanding, award-winning. I mean, I think you should win something for that. It was so out there and so,
well, we're going to do a whole part 2 on that because it's all parallel. It's incredible. And I mean, let's raise this. Obama, 9-10 years ago, the headline, legalizes domestic propaganda. That was real. Everything else was beta test. Then they went real weaponized race war, culture war. CIA at that point legalized it. Trump never figured it out, never was able to reverse it because he was so compartmentalized. That's why they were so scared. He almost ended it. He did get us out of UNESCO. The UN was in control of our border policy. They're back in control again. Isn't it incredible, though, to be in beta New World Order and now be in operational New World Order?
It is scary as hell, and I don't think people realize the risk that we are under at this very moment.
Oh, ma'am, every instinct I've got is just to find the middle of nowhere place in the desert where nobody wants to go and just dig in. I mean, this is moving so fast. The lockdowns we just saw are just the prelude. Can you imagine what it's going to be like in 2 years when tens of millions are dying from these vaccines?
We're going to be the people curating these individuals. We're going to be the people taking care of everyone. Because
exactly, and then they're going to say, though, that, the new virus got them because we didn't take the shot. And logic won't matter at that point.
No, it's the shot that caused the whole thing. The shot that's going to kill people, not the fake virus.
Powerfully said, Elizabeth. And don't worry, callers. Owen's going to pop in. He's going to the border tomorrow, so he's getting ready for that. He'll pop in at the start of the next hour. I'll continue all your calls. And then I think Patrick Alley was nice about to post something that says that's a special guest, so I don't want to totally cancel him. I didn't know he was coming up. I thought I'd guess those Owen alert. He's getting ready to go to the border. So there's a lot happening here. We'll be right back with more of your calls in a few minutes. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Medical officer would be identifying the persons who are already vaccinated so that we can get them on the ship. You see there's a ship in the harbor. 2 of them there now. And the ships don't have enough personnel at the moment to keep people on the ships, but they have enough personnel to transport persons to these destinations.